Hello everyone, hope everyone's doing alright. It's been a while, haven't posted for a while, and I thought today I'm gonna do this little video to talk about the vintage German-made tubes. As you may know, Germany until early 90s was divided by East and West Germany, and I have here example two of East German tubes and two of Western German tubes. So without any further ado, let's talk about RFT. Those were made in Eastern Germany. These tubes are very solid. Now, I have example here of ECC83 RFT. This one is actually been rebranded by Siemens. I don't know if you can see that. This one is actually being rebranded to Siemens, and it's a good sounding tube. I would say it this way. They're quite inexpensive and they're worth actually that money. You can find these, for anywhere between 20 bucks to, 50 bucks a piece. I think honestly 50 would be already a little too much. But nonetheless, it's a good vintage sounding tube. How does it sound? It has a really strong low mid frequency sometimes that can be a little mushy sounding. It's definitely not in my top 10 favorite tubes, but this is a good decent tube. Now, how can you tell this is RFT? RFT have a very distinct plate structure, which is, as you can see, like the spacers have this very pronounced spikes to it, and they have this very thin plates, and usually comes with this support rod between the spacers. It's a good sounding tube. I'm not crazy about this one, but like I said, again, it works. The one that I like better is actually the ECC81 version. And why do I like this tube better? Because I like to use ECC81 in phase inverter, because I don't like super high gain. I'm not a big fan of super high gain, and this tube will just make it really nice and tame for you, give you a really nice headroom if you put it in a phase inverter position. And this tube in phase inverter position sounds incredible. It gives a really nice punch to it. It tames down the gain. It gives a nice headroom. Keeps it nice and rich. And it's just overall, I like this tube a lot. I like it so much better than ECC83 version for the phase inverter use. I think RFT made some really decent tubes. I don't have any other more example of RFTs, but I know for a fact that, for example, their EL34s are very sought after, and I would understand why, because I know that they're good tubes. Moving forward, this is perhaps my favorite German tube. This is Siemens. This is the original Siemens from Munich. This tube sounds amazing in a V1 position, because let me tell you why. This tube has a really nice detail and really nice detailed top end. The mids are nice and neutral, and so is the bass. But this tube really delivers a really nice detail. I think, honestly, that would be a very common thing from Western German tubes. I like this Siemens a lot. I'm looking forward to find a long plate version. This is a short plate version, so I can perhaps even in the future do a video about that. I don't know if you can see that. There's a here are the factory codes. It's definitely the original Siemens. Like I said, it sounds amazing. I think it has also a very nice gain stage. It's not too much gain, it's just right enough. Overall, amazing tube. If you can find it for a good price, I recommend you to get it. It's really good tube. Okay, so moving forward, here comes the famous Telefunken. I only have this one Telefunken for now. I'm looking forward to get more, but I can speak about this one. This one is actually, I don't know if you can see, it's Tungsgram rebranded. So it's not with the original print on it, but it has that nice diamond logo on the bottom. So it's definitely a Telefunken. I'm gonna say this about this tube. This tube is unbelievably detailed. It's amazing when it comes to detail. In a guitar amp, it's just a hair too bright. But that's for my taste. I think overall it's a great sounding tube. I believe that in a hi-fi system, this should be definitely a gold, because the detail you're getting from Telefunken is just unbelievable. I personally prefer, my favorite tubes are almost sure by now that are Phillips, but you know, this tube, for example, this one is, like I said, it's still on the bright side, but if I put this tube together with Mallard, it just creates this amazing sound. It's great sounding tube. It has this really nice, like I said, the detail, it's over the top amazing. The dynamics are crazy good. You know, if this tube would just sound just a little bit, you know, darker, just a hint darker, if this tube would be something between the RFT ECC83 and this one, will be a perfect tube. But like I said, it's a great tube. I understand why people go crazy for this. It's not my favorite tube, but I tell you, it's amazing. You know, I never heard such a good detail as this Telefunken provides. This one is a ripped plate version. I'm also looking forward to get a smooth plate version, so I can also talk about that and perhaps even make a video in the future comparing this tube. But for so far, I can say this tube is amazing. And to end up the video, I want to show you some off-topic curiosity facts. So I'm trying to get a Tungsgram ECC83 for a while now, and for some reason I can never get a hold of it. I don't know why, but it always ends up not getting a Tungsgram. So recently I got a Tungsgram, but I was thinking that I get a Tungsgram, but what was inside the box was actually even more amazing. Let's see, what do I have here? This is another Philips rebranded Triotron. Hope you can see this well. This is a Triotron ECC83, but this is actually a MC5 code Philips, which means this was, I think it's, let me see the code, it's Delta 7L. So this one is made in 1957. This tube sounds absolutely amazing. And I have another two long-plated Bugle Boys. I call them Bugle Boys, the Philips tubes, made in Holland. And I put them all together in combination. And let me tell you, that was unbelievable, mind-blowing sound. These long-plated Philips tubes are just amazing. So yeah, here comes to my Tungsgram luck. I just seems to cannot hold of one, but always get some great tubes in the Tungsgram box. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more. We're coming at you with more tube information, and have a good one. Bye.